Alright, so what this is about to be is a quick tutorial. It's not going to be a beat making video, but it's going to be a quick tutorial for everyone who wants to know how to do them trap type of hi-hats or whatever like that in their songs. And I'm just going to, it's basically what this tutorial is going to be around. It's just going to be around me showing you an easy way to do it without having to program drums. If you're somebody like me that likes to play your drums and not program them, I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way to do these little the snare rolls, the hi-hat rolls, all of that kind of stuff with just your keyboard, your MIDI controller, as long as you have a modulation wheel on it. Pitch wheel and a modulation wheel. You're going to use the modulation wheel for this, and I'm going to show you an easy trick. So, normally what I'll do, I normally don't start with my drums, but we're going to start with the drums this time. I have a drum kit loaded up in UltraBeat. It's not an UltraBeat tutorial. This is not a tutorial on how to load drums in, but if you see I got my kick set up here, my snare set up here. This is the hat that I'm going to roll, and then my regular hat. So, what I'll do is I'll record my drums first. Alright, right? So that's on there. Quantize it. You know what would probably help too if I had the metronome on. So let's turn that on real quick. Alright, here we go. Alright, now this is going to be a quick show you how I break down my drums real quick. If you hold the Option key, drag down, right? By default, this is going to be my kick, snare, and hat. And I'm going to just show you really quick on how to separate them, because this is the best way to get your drums to, you know, be able to do what you want. So if you double click on it or hit the little scissor icon up here, all you're going to do is, if you look down here, this is my kick, that's my snare, and that's my hat, right? So for this one, I want this to be my hat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete my kick and drums, my kick and snares. On this one, I would delete my kick and hats. And all I'm doing is highlighting it and pressing the delete key. And this one, I'm going to delete everything but my kicks. So boom, right there. And then you have them separated. So when you play them, as you can see, right? Alright, so I already got some drums that are already separated, so we're going to put these, delete these tracks, delete these tracks, yeah, delete these tracks, right? Yeah, delete these tracks right here. Alright, and so if you look right here, I'll go ahead and bring these in. It's a small little drum track I made earlier, and I already went in here and EQ'd, and I'm not even going to show you all that stuff because it's not what this is about. But as you can see, I put some reverb, some delay on my snare, took a lot of the low end out of the hat. But that's not what this is about. This is about the hats that we're going to roll, which are going to be these, right? And if you're hearing like an effect on it, what I did was I put some EQ on it. And then I like my rolled hats to be a little separate from my normal ones. So I just added a default tremolo effect. Which if you go down to modulation, tremolo is right here. You can, and it's just to give it some depth, you know, some width to it, I'm sorry. You can either use that, you can use a spreader, or sometimes the delayed sample delay. So if you go here, sample delay, and just pull a little bit up to the side a little bit, it'll spread it out. But we're not here for that. So these hats, this is the thing. Now this modulation wheel, you need that. If you hit this little button right here, boom, it brings down this. If you don't see note repeat, what you want to do is right click, customize toolbar, note repeat right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. You want to make sure that's checked. See how it disappeared? Boom, there it is, right? Okay, that. Then what you want to do is click this. Now, when you see it, it's going to look like this. By default, it should be on 116. Now, if I just hold this button down, you see how that's repeating itself, right? Same thing if I hold it down on the 8th note. right? But if you click this little arrow here and you see this modulation wheel, you want to click that. And then you can set your minimum, which for me would be 116. And then your maximum when you have the wheel all the way up. See that? So in between, if you actually look right here, when I'm pulling the modulation wheel up and down, you see it's going to hit these notes. So that this is midway. That's the lowest. Now, what I like to also add is the triplets, because you get notes in between, those little sweet notes. You see what I'm saying? That tick, that gives it that trap sound. So just playing around with it, do something like this. And the cool thing about this is you don't have to quantize it. Because let's say I did quantize it, all those little sweet rolls that are in there, see how they disappear? You don't have to quantize it. It automatically just puts it where it needs to be. That's one cool thing about it. So now you have these sweet ass hats. And what I'm going to do is bring this one over, because I recorded this one. And then what I'll do is I'll drop this 808 in that I already recorded. I'll mute that one. Alright, and this melody, I'm just going to play it for you real quick. So I would do something like this. And of course that's already, been mixed and all that, so I'll just bring the other one over. I'll mute that real quick, play a little chord sound with it. One more tip I'll show you. When you record them little rolls like that, what you want to do is when you double click on the track, highlight it all, and if you hold shift, that top roll that you did, it'll deselect those. You want to quantize, and now when I play it, yeah, that's pretty much it. But stay tuned for some more tutorials to come up, and check it in.